optimal health. We are so glad that you joined us for this episode. Now, Thanksgiving is just a couple of weeks away, so we thought it would be great to prepare something that you can try for your Thanksgiving meal. So today, we are going to make lentil tofu loaf, and we are going to accompany that with chickpeas tomato soup. So the soup you can have for the appetizer, and then the lentil loaf can be your meat substitute for your main meal. But before we begin, permit me to remind you that Uzima Lifestyle Center is conducting diabetes prevention and management classes, hypertension prevention and management classes. So you can go to our website, www.Uzima Lifestyle Center, email again, Uzima Lifestyle Center @yahoo.com. So you can visit us there and let us know of individuals who are interested in our program. And by the way, we have something exciting happening on December the 3rd. This is going to be the first Uzima Wellness Experience. You can see the flyer, and we are asking you if you know individual or you yourself can benefit from our wellness module as well as our rejuvenation package. Please scan the QR code and get registered. Spaces are filling up very quickly, so we want to encourage you to book your space early. Okay, now let's start our cooking. We will begin by making our soup. As you can see here in our blender, we have our chickpeas ready to go because we are going to blend it. This is a creamy soup that we are making. So we have our chickpeas. You can use fresh chickpeas or you can use organic chickpeas. Remember, if it's the fresh chickpeas, you soak it overnight, wash out the first water, and cook it really well. If you're using the canned chickpeas, also remember to rinse it very well. Now, for this chickpeas tomato soup, what we need vegetable broth, we need our garlic, our onion, our sweet peppers, we need some carrots, and we are going to put some ground provision in there. This is sweet potatoes and edos. And in addition to that, we have our red bell pepper and tomato soup, right? And notice this is organic. All right, so that's all we need. Now, to start this recipe, we are going to first of all take our vegetable broth and we are going to pour it in the pan. Remember, we cook oil-free here. We are going to talk about the benefits of the chickpeas. Now, chickpeas, number one, it is very good for heart health. Number two, it protects from things like anemia. It has cancer-fighting properties. It prevents obesity because it keeps you full for a long time. It cures constipation. It boosts your energy and immunity. It helps with people who are diabetic, keeps your blood sugar at bay. It increases your sexual powers, I'm told. It controls blood pressure. It removes old cough. It helps with your nerves. It helps with your hormone regulation. It provides a glowing, healthy skin. Very good. And it increases the semen and sperm count. These are some of the wonderful benefits of the chickpea. Now our water is boiling there. So as you can see, the steam, the water is boiling. So we are going to put in our garlic, our onions, and our sweet peppers. And we are going to allow that to saute. The onion and the garlic already. And here we are going to put in the sweet pepper, and this is going to saute. It's very important for this because it's going to add a lot of flavor, right? So we are sauteing our onions, our garlic, and our sweet peppers. All right, very good. Okay, soup that we are going to use here is red pepper tomato soup, and it's organic. So while the onion, garlic, and sweet peppers are being sauteed, permit me to tell you a little bit about the benefits of tomatoes. Tomatoes are powerful. First of all, tomatoes they are rich in lycopene. It improves your eyesight. It is very good for your bone health. It is good for prostate health as well. It keeps the skin looking healthy. It reduces hearing problems. Did you know that? Also, it lowers your blood sugar, another very important thing. It helps to prevent several types of cancer because of the antioxidant. It suppresses carbohydrates, which means you're not going to be gaining a whole lot of weight. It provides antioxidant and it's anti-cancer. Also, it helps with different impact that your body will suffer as a result of secondhand smoke. So these are all the very important benefits of the tomatoes. Now, we are going to blend our chickpeas. Okay, so our chickpeas are blended. We talked about the benefit of the chickpeas. We talked about the benefit of the tomatoes. Now, the onions, the garlic, and the sweet pepper is already sauteed. So to this, we are going to add our chickpeas that is nicely pureed. All right. So what we are going to do now, as we bring this to the boil, I want you to see how nice and creamy this is. If you can see how nice and creamy this is. So this is going to continue cooking. And to this, we are going to add a little more of the vegetable broth. And we are going to continue boiling this. And then we are going to add our carrots. When you see carrots, the lovely color, you think of antioxidant. So we're going to add the carrots in there, and we are going to add the ground provision. So it is very simple to make this soup. Very, very simple. Now, as this is coming to the boil, we are going to add some of the tomato to it. And that is all we need. Our soup is going to be boiling shortly here. And this is all you need for your soup. So we're going to cover this and let it continue boiling there. And voila, we have our soup. When it's all done, I'm going to show it to you on the other side. Okay, so now we have finished our soup. So right now we are going to do our lentil tofu loaf. Lentil tofu loaf, some people prefer to call it a roast. So here we have our bowl of lentil. It's nicely cooked, right? And you can do lentils in can, or you can do the dry lentil and you just boil it and season it up to your taste. In addition to that, we have our extra firm organic tofu. Extra firm organic tofu. So that's our next ingredient. Then, so you see the tofu is seasoning already. In addition to that, we have our garlic, our onions, and our sweet peppers, okay? So Now, in addition to this, we have here our chia seed. This is going to act as the egg. You can use chia or flax seed. And then we have our walnuts here. So this is very simple to put together. Right now, we have our, because we are cooking oil-free, we have our water on the fire, and we are going to bring that to the boil. And once that is to the boil, what we are going to do next, we are going to add our garlic, onions, and sweet peppers. We're going to saute these. Now, you need to realize that you can add whatever you choose. You can also add things like zucchini, tomatoes, whatever vegetables you like, you can add it in, right? This is where your creative process will come to the fore. So right now, our water is boiling, so we are going to add the garlic. So let's take a look and see how this is doing. This is sauteing very nicely. Very good. So here we have our lentil, our tofu, and all our other ingredients. Permit me to tell you a little bit about the benefits of the lentil. The lentil is a quality source plant-based protein. Very good. It is rich in fiber, as you can expect. It's anti-aging. It is very good for people who have diabetes because it stabilizes the blood sugar. It is good for the cardiovascular health. It supports weight loss. It aids in digestion, and it is very high in iron. So while that is finished sauteing, what we are going to do right now, we are going to blend the lentil. This is about good. Our lentil is blended. So what we are going to do now, we're going to pour the lentil in our mixing bowl. This lentil had quite a bit of water. What you can do, you can drain your water out. I have not blended all the lentil. I'm going to leave some in. So this would help with the consistency. So once the lentil is in there, the lentil is all blended up. Then we are going to add our tofu. We're going to talk about the benefits of the tofu in just a while. So we have our tofu in there, and we are blending everything up together. Now, please remember your herbs and spices that you're going to put in here to give it nice flavor. Then we are going to put our chia seeds. One of the things I like to do with chia seeds, though, I do not like to put it in just like that. I like to blend it. So what we are doing here, the chia seeds, we are going to blend it up a little bit. If you use flaxseed meal, you wouldn't have to do this. And this actually acts as your egg replacer. So we are going to put our chia in, and this is going to replace our eggs because we are cooking vegan. Good. So our chia is in there, and this is going to be the binder that is going to help things to stay together. We're going to take this off, and we are going to put it all in here, blend it all in. While I'm blending this in, we are going to talk a little bit. We are going to talk a little bit about the benefits of the tofu. So tofu that we used, and remember it's organic, and the tofu is actually very firm. All right. So the benefits of the tofu are as follows. It may relieve menopause symptoms. Very good for those of you that are going through that menopause stage. Tofu is a very good thing, good food for you to incorporate in your diet. It supports heart health, as can be expected. It boosts your memory and overall cognitive function. That is a plus. And it may help to lower your risk of breast cancer. It helps to lower the risk of type 2 diabetes. So again, here is another food that can help to control your diabetes. So now we have everything in here, and we are going to blend it all together. Want to come a little closer so that you can see the consistency. Now that we have added all the other ingredients, look at the consistency. So we're going to blend everything up together. Remember, if you want this to be a little firmer, you can, drain the lentil after it's been cooked. So now we are going to add our walnuts. Then we're going to add our flour. This is going to give it the firmness that it needs. Remember also, we like to add our spices. So we're going to add our dry thyme. And in addition to our dry thyme, we are going to add something else that is very, very important. Now remember, earlier I mentioned better than bouillon. Better than bouillon is made from garlic, olive oil, Italian herbs. So we're going to add some of this here to give it flavor. Let me get a spoon real quickly here. And we're going to add a spoon of the better than bouillon. This gives it really good flavor. Right, so we continue mixing. So this is the kind of consistency you want for the loaf. We're going to add a little more flour to give it a little more firmness. And then we're going to blend everything all together. Now this, you can use this for your Christmas or Thanksgiving protein source. Because remember, it has lentil, that is rich in protein. You have tofu. Then you have the nuts, the walnuts. So all of these are very... So here we have it. Everything is nicely blended. And we have our 2 loaf pans ready. So we are going to pour it into the loaf pan. So here we go. Now you notice I have parchment paper in my loaf pan. Now that is very important because what that does, it prevents stuff from sticking. So that one is finished. Just going to level it off a little. Okay, so that one is done. We're going to do the second one, making sure that the pan is, the parchment paper is secure. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to pour this in. I think we can put a little more over here. So here we have it, voila. Our 2 pans are ready with our loaf. We are just going to shake them to make sure everything is nice and even. And then we'll put this into the oven. The oven is 350 degrees, and we are going to put this in for about 45 minutes to an hour. So on the other side, you'll see what it looks like. We have it. Our very nicely done lentil and tofu loaf, as you can see. Now what we are going to do at this time, we're going to put some glaze on it. Now the glaze is made from organic tomato sauce or tomato paste or ketchup, organic, and maple syrup. So we are just going to glaze this in. Now it's better for you to wait until this loaf is cool before you try to cut it. So here we have our loaf, nicely glazed. Gonna get these out of my way. And so here we have, as you can see, our glazed lentil and tofu loaf that you can use for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. And then we made our soup yesterday. This is our beautiful bowl of chickpeas and tomato sauce soup. Nice and tasty. And then we can accompany this with a side of salad. All right, very good. So we have our complete meal here. Because this is still hot, I am not going to cover it. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have just done our cooking for Thanksgiving. So we have our soup, which can be your appetizer. And the soup again was chickpea and tomatoes, and you can put some vegetables in there. And then we have our salad. But before we go, let me remind you of some of the benefits of the walnuts. We did put walnuts in the roast or the loaf. It lowers your risk of cancer. It enhances the antioxidants in your body, very important. It prevents inflammation in your body. You know, the inflammation is the base of all diseases. It helps to improve your memory and the brain activity. You see the shape of the walnut. It reminds you of the brain, doesn't it? It reduces your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol. It's great for your hair and skin. It's a good treatment for type 2 diabetes because it reduces or lowers your blood sugar. It prevents constipation. It also helps your digestion. Very important here. It lowers your blood pressure. It helps you to sleep well, and it helps with weight loss. And finally, it is good for your bones. So you can't go wrong in incorporating walnut into any of your dishes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad that you joined us today for this episode where we prepared chickpeas tomato soup as our entree, and then we have our loaf, which was made with lentil and the tofu, and we added some walnuts and some chia seeds, etc. So it's nice and healthy and great and ready to go. This would make your Thanksgiving meal very sumptuous because it's very tasty. So I want you to try these two, the soup and the loaf, and leave a comment on our page so that we can know how yours came out. In the meantime, remember, eat for optimal health, for your body is God's temple. See you in the next 2 weeks and enjoy your Thanksgiving celebration.